This is my privilege to address. I never thought that I'm going to be who has the great experience on an average of 4.5, 5 years and various industry. First of all, Director Professor Uttam Kumar Sarkar, Chairperson Sumanta Basu, and IIM Calcutta, which is most prestigious institution being created, where I can see some of the sample, where I can see some of your people who has the experience, who has come and joined IIM Calcutta to, and with the experience they have come, and with that, I have no doubt they will clear their mind how they are going to proceed with their new chapter of their life. So for me, it's an absolutely honor and pleasure to be with you. For me, what do I say? I'm like one of you. I come from very humble background, and one of the story is I always used to go Dara Singh's Kushti wrestler, and I have to see that Dara Singh. I used to be a fan of this wrestler, and Dara Singh. I almost leaving the stadium because he's getting beating and beating and beating. And I say there's no point to be in the auditorium. And when I'm about to leave, I realized that that was his food to get the beating. And then he used to get up and always win the race. So for all of us, I have also learned that failure, experiment, taking a beating, making you stronger and stronger to take forward your life. So this is this what has made me what I am today. I remember very passionate, even with the childhood, I used to think, I never sat in the plane, never could speak a word of English, but always used to read in Hindi newspaper that how in the world people are acquiring the company, building the company, and why I can't do it. And I used to see that how they structure their company. I didn't understand much, but I will not understand this CNN news, but I will go and see the CNN business news just as a to be curious, very hungry, always very passionate that I have to be one of them one day. I have to be one of them one day. Seeing the radios, watching, it was very difficult to get the TV at that time. So this is what I am today. Very humble background. All of you know, I think most of the people know how I landed in. Always wanted to go to big city. At the age of 19, went to Bombay, stay in a 21 rupees sharing lodge with the 7th bed, and then started collecting scrap. I was not as qualified as you people are. So I was struggling, but very determined, very determined. I used to prepare myself how I'm going to speak in English, what I'm going to dress up myself, and how do I move forward. So collecting the scrap, arranging some money, and then selling to the big furnace people, and then keep rotating, collecting scrap from these cable company. Always inspired me to have a cable company, and I could acquire a cable company which was under receivership, under liquidation. Impossible to even imagine that somebody can do this. I thought I win the race. I'm the most successful person in the world. The day I signed the deal, I thought the way I used to think that I'm the top of the world. But after a few months, I realized how difficult it is. I was completely shattered because of the union, because of the financial difficulties, because of selling the material, putting people together. But that 10 years, I started one after another, every business I have to close down, but never give up. One thing was there, that never give up. So this was how we built. When you start, you don't think of your country. You are in a mood of survival. You have to survive. Once you become strong, then you start thinking of your family. You start thinking about your country. Today, I only seek how my country can grow. I really just can't believe that why my country is not developed country. The Indians are, most of the company in the world are headed by Indians. Indians have a better brand. They have a premium. If there is a CEO required, they will prefer an Indian CEO. I always find an Indian working in India, an Indian working abroad, is a little bit more cautious. He is more conscious that I have to do better. And same consciousness they have to bring when they are working in India too. We have God gifted, where we have very special mind. I think we have a 10,000 years history. We have huge family background. We believe in very inclusive. We think how we can give. Giving is in our Bhagavad Gita. It has been always said giving, giving, and giving. That's what we have. We have. So this is our time. According to me, this is our time. This is your time. This is your time. And the way you have taken a disruptive, where you had a fantastic job, you left that job working for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, and then join. How can I sharpen my mind? How I can go forward, what I can do better. It is very important. People sometimes say that money is a bad word. According to, it's a very important word, that creating a wealth. Creating a wealth, two-thirds of the wealth is in the equity. Only 1/3 is on the manufacturing in bricks and mortars. So for me, the way you are shaping up yourself, always think where you can create the value for the equity. Who is going to be your boss? Who is going to be your boss? Boss is very, very important. Which atmosphere you work, you are disruptive. We think different. The 10, 20 years back, when we used to talk about jugaad, people used to laugh at us. That this is a bad word. Today in the world, even in Harvard, the jugaad word has a significant position, where they find that jugaad has come from India, where we think disruptive, we make things simpler. We make things simpler and think how we can do things differently. India is an amazing situation, where we have a geopolitical situation today, where we are in a sweet spot. We are friend with the Russia. What is happening as a war is a very unfortunate, but we are in a very sweet spot. We have been friendly with America. We are friendly with Russia. Our prime minister is a tall leader. He is probably the tallest leader today in the world, in a democratic country. And he has been advocating all the time peace, peace, peace. The solution can be found with the dialogue. And everybody was going to the China. Today, people are moving towards India. Southeast Asia also very important, but they are a small country. 1.4 billion people, educated people. We are blessed with everything, whether it's a natural resource, whether it's a human resource, technology, all the back office of the world, of the all large company are India. There was a tweet whereby President Bush, you can look at, President Bush has tweeted that we should stop getting Indian techie, Indian qualified people, technology people to US and build and develop our own students. Bill Gates immediately replied within 10 minutes that if we stop getting Indian technology students from India, they will create Amazon, Google in India. You better allow them to come here. So they are our backbone, where they are going to build US as a front runner in the world. So this is what India is today. I have always said that why we import out of $100, 60-70% goes in our import in natural resource, import of our electronic, import even the smallest thing we are importing. I live in London. I can tell you that the world does not want India to manufacture. They want India to remain as a market so they can supply this. It is now your opportunity. We are the most conscious about ESG, about environment. I'm in the manufacturing sector. We are 1.5% GDP of the country. I'm completely convinced that you can definitely protect the environment and increase production and to be self-sufficient. Atmanirbhar Bharat, but unless we are Atmanirbhar, we will not be able to eradicate our poverty, create massive job. Above the ground, we have done phenomenal. We have been self-sufficient, which we were not there 30, 40 years back. Today, we are definitely self-sufficient in our food. But below the ground, where there is oil and gas, where there is a copper, coal, fertilizer, everything. I'm a geologist, not as a educated, but I can understand with my experience. With today's technology, I can see that we have one of the best geology in the world. And we will be able to produce everything what we import. In fact, we can export. Why do we create job outside India and import? Why can't we create here, save our foreign exchange, and make sure that we meet our needs? And we can do it better. Today's technologies are much better because in the world, what has been produced is about 50 years old technology. Today, with the artificial intelligence, with a lot of drone, with a lot of new technique, which you know better than me, we can conceptualize better way and approach better to produce our own natural resource. In electronic also, we used to have 35% production of electronic in India. Now 95% electronic being imported. China, Korea, they all are hovering around to make sure that our electronic need of India. India is a market. We have to reverse that. It is the way you can produce, the way you can think, the way you can develop. Nobody can think of. And it is important that we keep the highest quality. Quality is one thing. I saw some of the very interesting, including our female engineer who talk about the quality engineer. That is very, very important. Today is a time of digital, and the way you can think of digital, they have said that any country and any company who does not follow the digital, either they will shut down or merge with other company. So every company has to focus on digital and technology. And who can be better than people like you, who has the complete engineering background, manufacturing background, and then you have, what is the management? Whatever my understanding is, clear your mind and make you at a different level. In India, sometimes we think small. We cannot. The potential what India has, I don't think anywhere in the world it exists. We can produce here, we can sell here. Most of the country which they produce, they want to sell outside their country. So this is the opportunity we have. We have to make our country develop. You will 14% of faculty in all over the world is Indian, and they are regarded as one of the best. So while we are in India, why can't we create our own university? Today is a time where through digital, we don't need to have a bricks and mortars. There are so many new models you can develop. It's all about the conceptual design, where we can reach out to every student and they can grow themselves. The kind of program I could see, the Harvard, Kellogg, any of the American universities or UK universities, they develop program after program, program after program, program after program. I think our universities also are more capable to develop those kind of programs, and they are developing how we can expand to make it better, not only for us, for all over the world. So I have three things to say. Number one is our natural resource, which is very, very important. Please do not listen to the people. My granddaughter, 7 years old, she thinks mining is the bad. I says, you are eating into the plate. It is made of what? She says, made of brass. He says, where the brass come from? Today, if you make an electric car, you need 8 times more metal. So mining is our natural gift by our Mother Earth. The way we harvest our crop, same way we have to harvest our natural resource, so we don't remain on dependence on the import, including coal. How do we process this material? It's very important. There are 32 parts into the automobile, which are all made of aluminum. Some of them with the copper. How can we develop as a world-class quality? How we can conceptualize, how we can design, so we can make it here. IIM people are definitely looking for a better job, but they have to be not seeking a job. They should also think how I can provide job. So one is a natural resource. Number two, I have always said, in democratic country, government has no business to be in a business. Our country, 50 years back, it was important to build government companies. I have grown around government companies. Bihar, we had a steel company, we had a fertilizer company, we had a refinery, so we grown with that. Today, thing has changed. And I have always said, why to give this company to Anil Agarwal? Or why this company given to the private? Maybe 20%. 80% company can be a corporation, including bank. They can be corporation. A democratic country, whether it's Europe or America, corporation runs so beautiful. Government has only developed a regulator. Apart from that, today in India, the mutual fund, the private equity, the individual wealth are so much. The government should offload all their shareholding to the market, but nobody can take more than 5% share. There should not be any single retrenchment, because job is very important. Our people who are working with the public sector, they should be comfortable that there will be no retrenchment. In fact, each company I have analyzed, of government company, people like you, if you head this and if you are there, if you redesign, there will be at least 2 to 3 times more production what they are producing. Better quality. We can employ 3 times more people. I have acquired Hindustan Zinc, which used to employ only 5,000 people. There was a hue and cry that there will be job retrenchment. Today we have 20,000 direct employment in the company. 4 times employment has increased. So the fear that the employment will come down. So number 1 is your natural resource. Number 2, government has no business to be in a business. And to tell you, we can be the one of the largest producer of arms and ammunition in the world. We have a 52 defense factory. I'm sure you must have got the opportunity to see Jabalpur, Bhusawal. It's not a factory, it's like a town by itself. And they all are running on 10% capacity. If they can be corporatized, new innovation, new way of thinking will come. And we will be the largest. We don't want to produce arms, but it's required to protect ourselves. We have to sort out our border. We have to be strong. Our 20%, 15% money goes out of our country just to import. We should be in position to develop our own defense product. If you look at the travel side, I live in London and I have come to London. My heart is there, my business is there. I have come because I was not recognized. My market cap in India was $40 million. And I said, I have a better value. I have a copper smelter, I have a cable plant, but nobody will recognize me. I delisted my share from there, taken a risk, came here. I didn't know anybody. Overnight, I told my wife, let's go to London. And I came here, worked for 2 years. And the same share I could list at 17,000 crore rupees. So it is every success all in your mind. All in your mind. You have to fail to become successful. It's not that you're going to fail, but be ready. Be ready for what is life all about? Taking a risk. You people have to take a risk. For me, there is no better opportunity than address and work with you. And you are a very special people. You are made with a different DNA. And we have grown up with the austerity. In Western, people have not grown with the austerity. You know, we always think that the money which we are spending is the hard-earned money of our parents. We are connected with our parents. We believe in Almighty. We are spiritual. We are connected. And I always advocate that you have to hold one handle. Like we go in a Calcutta bus, we hold one handle. So we should not fall. So you have to hold a handle, whether your parents, whether your today's Hanuman Jayanti or Hanumanji or to Allah, to anybody, hold that handle. That will give you a lot of strength. A lot of strength. So with this, I think the way we are looking our $5 trillion economy, I can talk about Vedanta. Vedanta, I'm very passionate about. Vedanta is, we are the largest taxpayer. You will not believe when I tell you the amount of tax we have paid, because the most tax comes from the natural resource, almost 50%. We have paid in last 6 years, 3,30,000 crore tax. And some people get pain in paying the tax. I get pleasure. I get pleasure. I'm contributing with this. With this, my country will develop. And one more thing, what we have an Indian DNA, giving. From now itself, you say 1%, 0.5%, something I'm going to give it, whatever your heart says, somewhere you give. That will come 1,000 times more to you. You have to remain very conscious for giving. The smallest thing, any of your clothes, any of your thing which you are not using, even 10 rupees, 100 rupees, anywhere, without talking to anybody. Please do not talk to anybody how you are contributing to others. But make sure, नीचे से हाथ उठा के लोगों को ऊपर करेंगे, उसका जो मजा है और किसी में नहीं है. लोगों को उठाना ही अपना काम है. तो this is from my side. I can talk about Vedanta. Vedanta is, we are looking oil and gas. You have no idea. The Middle East, the world does not want India to produce oil and gas. When I go to Middle East, I go to Saudi Arabia, they talk about, but the moment I say we are going to produce oil, this is, we are here. We will give you the oil. India has 300 billion barrels of oil in the ground. With McCain produce oil at $7. We pay $25 to the government as a tax. All in, we make oil at $30. And how much difficulty we have. 10 company has been shut down. Now government is realizing, the Modi government is very, very strong. They're realizing ease of doing business. You know, we take some risk. I have no doubt any country is very important, our energy security. If we don't have 50% of our energy security, we will be vulnerable. And you people are there to think like this. We have to be disruptive. We have to make a conceptual design and never think that anything is small. You are meant for something. Keep working on the same direction. I love manufacturing. I love technology. We make optical fiber. I'm completely determined to be connected fiber, 5G to each and every village. Fiber will change. Technology will change. The valuation will be phenomenal. You all must promise me that you will always remain conscious. I'm going to work a company which valuation is better. Money is very important because that money we are not going to spend on ourselves. We are going to either reinvest and make use that money for others. We will become a trustee of that money. And the pleasure when you have that money, when you become a trustee, use for others, the pleasure which you'll get, you won't get anywhere. जो मजा काम करने में है, जो मजा पैशन में है, what we like. Please keep remaining focused. You people are very special. See how much time you have spent, 4.5 years. First you study engineering, law, so many other curriculum. You have come to IIM, spent a couple of years here. Now you are ready. It is a time and you have to keep trying. Please don't, unless you try few things and move forward. I promise you, as you move forward, new door will open, new people you will meet, and you will get success. So this is what I can say in a very simple manner. I'm very excited. Today was Saturday. You people have taken time. I couldn't whole night. Normally I sleep like anything, but last night I was saying I'm going to meet the young people, which is going to change my country. I want to see in my lifetime my country is developed. It is already on that path. And I'm going to talk to you people. You are the ambassador. You are people going to inspire thousands of people going to inspire millions of people. Governance is very important. Please promise me, whatever happens, you will not fault with the governance. Keep the governance highest in the mind. There is a solution for everything. There is a solution for everything. You want to do balance sheet differently. You want to design things better differently. But if you do shortcut, it won't work. You have to have a highest governance, which will help. My daughter, when I came here 22 years back, she was 6 years old. I found a very good school, Waldingham. I put her there. She was very excited. She was the only colored person in the entire school. She was very excited that I'm going to do pillow fighting. I'm going to do horse riding. I'm going to do swimming. In 7 days' time, she realized she has been discriminated. Nobody will sit with her in the desk. Nobody will give her sports. Nobody will play with her. She was completely isolated. She started calling me, Papa, kab aa rahe hain aap? Kab aa rahe hain? I want to go. We had a very good talk, very simple. I said, Beta, we are outsider. We have come to this country. We can be only accepted when you are 25% better. If you are 25% better than your fellow friends, I guarantee you, they'll be best of your friend. She says, all right, I accept you. She started working hard, whether education, sports, to be friendly. And she was the darling. Took 1 year. Same thing with all of us. We work with the sentiment. In the world, there is no sentiment. With the sentiment, अपनापन, गले लगाते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं, उससे हम लोग आगे ज्यादा बढ़ सकते हैं. सिंपल चीजें रखेंगे. हम तो हरदम बोलते हैं जो दे दिया सो अपना है, जो रह गया सो सपना है. अभी तो आप you people are building up your career. For you, very important to survive. But when you are able, even today, when you start looking after people next to you, to your university, who has given you so much, what I can do for my university, what I can do for my fellow students, what I can do for my village, what I can do for my India, simplifying things and taking it forward. I have no doubt with the young people you are, especially our women leaders, they are doing miracle nowadays. And I'm really thankful to all our families who is encouraging them to come forward because they have made differently. You have to create a different atmosphere for them. We have to create comfort with them because you people get convinced faster, they will take time. But once they are convinced, their output will be much better than anybody else. Their focus will be much better than anybody else. So I have not prepared any speech. I have not taken any brief. Whatever was coming from my heart, I said, looking forward, anything. I have my email. I have my all the social media. Please interact with me. If there is anything which I can be of any help, which I can be there, or you have any suggestion for my company, I have a vision that my company should be there for 500 years. This company is not going to be a family company. It is going to be institution. It does not mean that I'm not going to look after my children. I want them to create better Vedanta. I'm giving them a seed money. I'm telling them you do what you like to do. But Vedanta should be remain as an institution. Every country has a natural resource company. British Petroleum come from England. BHP come from Australia. Vale come from Brazil. Every country, why can't India should have a natural resource, which is my area. So I wish all of you very, very best. If there is anything I can do, it's a pleasure. Can't hear you.
You're muted.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was just extending our gratitude and thank you for giving some time to share your experience with our young participants for this particular program. So maybe the students have one or two few informal interactions as well if you have 5 or 10 minutes of your time. But before they do that, I, as the chairperson of this particular program, would like to formally share a vote of thanks for 2 or 3 minutes to all our distinguished speakers for their presence in this program. So just a quick highlight of what they said. Our director, Professor Uttam Kumar Sarkar, along with the coordinators of IIT Kanpur and IIT Madras, they shared about the collaborative success. They basically mentioned about the necessity of the collaboration between the institutes and the industry and academia to make this unique program successful, which was envisioned 15 years back by then Prime Ministers of India and Japan. Mr. G. Sundaraman mentioned that this course is not only about the course offerings, it also provides you the insight and perspective that you will carry throughout your life, not only the professional career and beyond that. Mr. Jivak Dasgupta mentioned about the 5 points that include the institutional support, the linkage between academia and industry, the international connect, the VLFM community that goes beyond this particular program, and emphasizing the impact of technology and tackling the change that we are facing. Our guest of honor, Mr. Sunil Mehta, who is also the CFO of Coal India, emphasized the requirement of being now, the importance of digital India, renewable energies, the reduction of the import dependence, minimum government and maximum governance. And finally, my gratitude to Mr. Anil Agarwal for sharing his personal stories and enlightening us throughout his journey. In fact, he asked all of us to do the experiment and fail till you succeed. And it needs the hunger and passion. He took us through his journey of initial years, the struggle and the learning thereof. He also emphasized on Atmanirbhar Bharat, moving the nation from a consumer to the supplier in technology, in natural resource, also in defense if needed. Also, he requested our young participants to clear your mind. All of you are going to change the manufacturing setup and change the mindset also. From a job seeker, you're going to be a job provider. So with this, I thank all the distinguished speakers. And finally, I also thank the office and the office staff to make all the necessary arrangement, and Visinau support team for facilitating this hybrid setup and arrangement without any glitch. So again, I thank you all. And with this, my vote of thanks concludes. And students have requested, a few small interaction with Mr. Anil Agarwal to maybe have 1 or 2 questions. I request one of the student to coordinate the questions and don't take too much of his time. I know that it's a Saturday morning in London, so please, club your questions and ask 1 or 2 few. Mr. Agarwal, if you don't mind, I will give it to the student body to have a very short interaction with you.
It'll be a pleasure. It'll be a pleasure to hear from them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So a very good afternoon to all. On behalf of PGPEX VLM Batch 16, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the esteemed guests and speakers. Thank you very much. I also sincerely thank all the VLM coordinators and other members who, with the help of whom this event was possible. Today, we had an opportunity to interact with you, to hear your voice, your thoughts regarding fearless, think big, be curious, digital India. This all motivates us. We are all very excited to onboard this 1-year transformation journey with the VLM community, and post VLM will utilize our knowledge and skill to boost manufacturing sector in India, and will try to give back to the society. And as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said once, that one of the important characteristic of the student is to ask question and let the student ask questions. So I'll request my colleague Punya to share some of the questions that we collaborated, and we'd like to know your views. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Good afternoon, everybody. The first question is from Vikas and Vidya. Can you please share some insight on the importance of sustainability and carbon neutrality in contrast to Indian manufacturing sector?
Beautiful question. We are completely determined. I think we are advanced. Our government, Modi government, has the largest plan for renewable energy. And I have seen it has come naturally with everybody. People used to use 10 vehicles. Now they're reducing to 3 or 4 vehicles. The material used to be supplied to the machine with the 10 forklifts, now bringing down to 5. The consciousness which has come about the bringing this, reducing the carbon is very naturally emerging in India. And I have no doubt it will happen. What are those ingredients? For us, very important is our renewable energy, zero discharge, and pollution. Both with today's technology is 100% possible. At the same time, I must say the developed country, against the developed country, we have only 8% the load of pollution because we have not industrialized our country. So this cannot compare us that you stop coal. We have to survive. We have to be Atmanirbhar. We have to balance this together. God has gifted us where our oil and gas is a low sulfur, low carbon. Our coal is a low sulfur. So that is also advantage. I'm very pleased that the Coal India, most dignitaries are here. They will confirm this. Our coal is better coal than anywhere in the world. But we are in that direction. I think we will ahead of that. I think time to come, what happened in telecom, where telecom today is, there is no input cost in telecom. When renewable energy will come, whatever time it takes, there will be no input cost. With the sunlight, and with the battery, we will be able to produce our own energy. Time to come, time to come. And then we have to manage. And I'm looking forward that day. So I have a complete with you. You people are highly qualified. Please do not have negative mind. You, all of you must promise me, always remain positive mind that will take our country forward.
Thank you, sir. For the next question, this is from Manali, Ankur, Sitish, and Nitish. What are the major challenges faced by Indian industries currently, and how are the industries preparing themselves for recent global issues like Ukraine war, COVID threat, and etc.?
I think we have faced a lot of challenges, and we are fully determined the way we have handled our COVID situation was appreciated in the world. In the complete world, the way we have done our vaccination, nobody could believe that this vaccination can be done. And naturally, we are very hygiene people. Indian people are very hygiene people. That also has helped. Today, with the geopolitical situation, industry is the one fundamental. The price is high rocketing, inflation is very, very high, and it is very important that we produce our own production to remain sustained. Smallest industry is also very important. The way you think, small things about the new idea. Please experiment that. There was a time when the funding was not available. Today's Indian startup is the largest startup in the world. There is a huge trust on Indian startup. So today is your time. A small factory, a small thought, a small way of doing things, everything being appreciated very well. Think of a new idea. Please do not fear for the failure. People want to be action. People don't want round and round. Once you thought something, you convince people, you get a funding. Funding will never be a problem. Large industry is as important as a small industry. Both are very, very important. So I'm very positive about India, that India, because of industry, because of technology, what we have, and geological situation, what we have, especially also tourism. Tourism is also going to be highest in India. There is not a single person in the world who does not want to come to India. Government has to come out of tourism. It has to make a corporate, and that will have at least 10 times more tourists to come. More, they will buy local product. Hospitality industry will go up. So there are so many ways we can take our country forward.
Thank you, sir. One of the interesting questions is from Satish regarding the aluminum industry. Even though India has adequate bauxite mines, still we import aluminum. How can India become self-reliant in this field?
Yeah, see, we are going through the transition, the huge transition between discrimination between government company and the private company. Our officers are the most intelligent people in the government because they run the government. They are very comfortable clearing files, decision for the government company. When it comes to the private, they are very cautious. That bridge is coming down. At the same time, the decision being made digitally. So bauxite was one of the things. We are the largest bauxite in the world, one of the best bauxite also. And I think the government is in the process of privatizing bauxite mine. And I have no doubt we will be in India is a natural place for producing aluminum, like tea, like aluminum, because we have a bauxite, we have a coal, we have a human resource, we have a technology as well as the consumption. Everything is going to 50% steel is going to convert into aluminum. Whether it's a railway wagon, whether it's an automobile, whether it's a construction material, whether it's electricity, everything is going to be in aluminum. We have a better quality, and we are in that process. And I have no doubt aluminum industry will flourish. Also, the bauxite mine, which we have a God gifted, will open up. Is not the question of 5 years. It's 1 or 2 years time. You will see more and more bauxite mine will open.
Thank you, sir, for giving the insight into aluminum industry. Another question is from Nissan. Recently, Vedanta Group has entered into a joint venture with Foxconn for semiconductor manufacturing. How do you see India as a semiconductor manufacturing hub in the next couple of years?
This is one thing which our Prime Minister Modi wants. Semiconductor is a fundamental sutradhar for any industry. Vedanta is a privilege that we are in a glass business. We produce optical fiber, third largest optical fiber producer in the world. We have acquired a company, Japanese company, ASI, which has a factory in Taiwan, Korea, and Japan, which make substrate glass for TV, for cell phone, and for laptop. India, we can only buy the branded material. I'm looking forward to set up this industry here. You will see 100 type of and 1/10 of the price. You people will develop this product. So that is all about the glass industry. Semiconductor is also a glass industry. We have a very good relationship with the Foxconn. They've chosen us that we should be your partner. For me, we are very focused. All the states are coming. The fastest policy for the government has come for the semiconductor, and they're looking forward to have in 2 years' time to start producing semiconductor in India, which will help the electronic industry, which will help all the other industry, automobile industry. So very excited, and I welcome all of you. We'll be employing thousands of people. Please join us. कंधे से कंधा मिला के चलते हैं, इसको सक्सेस करते हैं.
Thank you, sir, for giving your precious time and answering our questions.
Thank you.
So we can close the Q&A session now.
I wish all of you very, very best from bottom of my heart. Today is a very special day, and all of you get great success. And never remain greedy, but remain always hungry. Always hungry. Think of your country. Think for yourself. Think for your community. And I have no doubt that all of you will get a great success. Success is not only having a big, whatever small success is a big success. So wish you very, very best.